or you want me to?
There
Okay,
we
great. All right, great. Hello, everybody. It is Saturday, February the 27th, 2021. This is the Florida Course Supervisor Program meeting. And who I see that we have today with us is Fitzgerald Wolf, Jamie Owsley, Sherry Lucky, Mitch Lazarus, Pam Bast, Desiree Salmon, Joshua Moreno, Monica Dubé, Pedro Mailat, and Tom Nestor, and myself, Tim Wagner, and our center manager, landmark forum leader, Philip Rand. Dr. Philip Rand is also here with us this morning. So first, welcome. It's really great to be with all of you today, this morning. Thank you for working it out to be here with us. I know some of you are not where you would normally be on a Saturday with us. I believe Pedro is in Belize. I think everybody else is in their local spot, but just thank you for working it out to be here with us. So the first thing I would like to do is have someone just go ahead and take themselves off mute and create the bold statement of course supervisor. Who would like to do that?
I'll do it.
Okay, great. Thanks, Sherry.
Okay, the bold statement of course supervisor. We, the course supervisors, are given by a possibility bigger than ourselves, holding as sacred the integrity of the clearing in which transformation occurs, causing the fulfillment of our brand, master providers of whatever is needed. And that's the bold statement.
Great.
That's who's on the call.
Yeah, that's who's here with us. Thank you, Sherry. And you know, with everything that we're seeing showing up inside of our program, inside of the enterprise, it really, it's really in with me that we are the master providers of whatever is needed. You know, it's been said several times from Harry Rosenberg, Gitanjali, that had it not been for course supervisors, Landmark would not be where they are today in delivering our programs online. So just really thank you for being who you are, for who you've been, for what you've done, all the hours and hours you've put in, and your patience in just dealing with what's going on, what's next for all of us. So I really acknowledge all of you and everyone listening to the recording too. So having said all that, I would like to now have Philip he's going to create some things for us today. We're going to go through some conversations. We're also at the end of today's meeting, we're going to take a look at what it's going to mean to be a course supervisor and delivering our programs online. I have a lot of information for you that we're going to share towards the end, and then we'll have some time for questions and answers about all that. Okay.
All right, good.
Great.
So the first thing I want to give people an opportunity to share. So while you're participating in the course supervisor program, this program's housed in the assisting program. So there's this world called the assisting program. And then inside of that program is a program called the course supervisor program. And the assisting program was designed to give graduates the opportunity to participate in making a profound difference in millions of individual people's lives, and to make a profound difference in the world, and to develop themselves to be the kind of people that make that difference. So I'm going to say that again. This opportunity to participate isn't to supervise programs. The opportunity to participate is not to be an expert about Zoom. The opportunity to participate isn't because you need some cool headphones like Pam or Tim. The opportunity to participate is in participating in this program. You have the opportunity to make a difference in millions of individual people's lives and in the world, and to develop yourself as people who make that kind of difference. So we want to start our time today giving people an opportunity to share. What difference have you made? How has your participating in the course supervisor program impacted millions of individual people's lives? How has your participating impacted the world? So we're going to start with that part, and then we're going to come back around to how have you developed yourself to be someone who can make that kind of difference. So who wants to share? Yeah, Mitch.
So, I've been participating in our digital delivery since almost the beginning. And I was the document manager on the very first A Place to Stand, working with Sandy and Joe. And here's what I took out of that first meeting before we delivered the course, right? And this is a quote, and I'm going to keep it clean, but you're going to screw up. Don't have anything about it. And then it won't get on the course. And I totally screwed up when we were in the middle of it. But what that provided for me way back then and what it's brought forth since then is in the last year, I went from having no income to making more money than I'm in the last half than I did the last year. And in dealing with what's required in being flexible in today's world, it's given me access to that flexibility. Like I can get off that train like that. I'm no longer stuck on it. And that's giant. And it's been, over and over and over. And, Jamie and Dennis and I have been OPMing the Introduction Leaders Program. And it is remarkable to see what happens with humans when they do this work, whether it's in person or on the other side of a computer screen. It's just remarkable.
All right, awesome. Okay, get that. All right, and do you know you didn't answer my question?
Apparently not. So what was the question again?
Will you tell me what was the question I asked?
Have we made a difference in participating in assisting?
No.
No. All right, then.
All right, this is good. So everybody, this is a real critical aspect of participating in the course supervisor program, which is you have a powerful answer to this question. So first of all, everything that Mitch shared are results that happen out of people's participation.
Yeah.
Those are all results, and they're awesome results. That's why I didn't interrupt him, because I love hearing about those results. It just wasn't the answer to the question that I asked. And I want you to have those results. I want your businesses to thrive. I want your relationships to be sexy and intimate. I want your vitality to be just like breaking through. But the opportunity to assist, the opportunity to impact millions of individual people's lives. So Mitch, that's my question. How has being an online document manager impacted, made a profound difference in millions of individual people's lives and in the world?
Okay. So I have been and am accountable for delivering the documents for the Introduction Leaders Program and doing the work and the practice and having that be as flawless as I can make it has made a difference with everybody in that course. It's made a difference with the leaders so they can count on.
Stop. This is really good. This is a concept.
Apparently I'm missing it.
No, you're not missing it. This is how human beings live their life. It's conceptual. And human beings are willing to settle for concepts.
Okay.
A really bad analogy, but and what I mean by a conceptual life, it's like you go to a restaurant and you start eating the menu instead of the dinner. And why it's conceptual for Mitch is it's not connected in Mitch's brain. See, Mitch's brain is generating this communication. See, it's not connected in Mitch's brain. Oh, my having this slide up, my putting this slide up made this difference in that individual's life. So it's conceptual. Well, yeah, I know that my putting that slide up made a difference. That's called eating the menu. So put yourself in a weekend.
Okay.
Can you put yourself in the weekend?
Absolutely.
Okay, now allow yourself, see, it says an individual. So allow yourself to be present to an individual in that weekend.
Okay.
You got that?
I did get that. So in the last weekend,
Yeah.
I actually got a thank you from Josh Horowitz for providing what we provided, and he got candidated.
And now you gotta stop because you don't get to share about a course supervisor. It's cheating. It's too easy.
In the program.
But I don't want to hear about someone who thanked you. So put yourself in the program, put yourself in that weekend.
Okay. I'm in that
Yeah.
weekend.
Get connected to somebody in that weekend, an individual.
Okay.
What's the profound difference you made?
I contributed to the space that actually had transformation.
No.
I know that's conceptual.
No.
Jeez.
Jeez.
I can see her face.
Good. All right. I see her face.
I see her face and she is lit up,
Yes.
like lit up
Yes.
in a different state,
Yes.
right? And I
Now,
don't
how
mean
many
like
of you
physical
can see
state.
that woman's face? You can see that face lit up. How many of you can see that?
Smiling from ear to ear, just completely, I don't want to be conceptual, right? Just completely lit up. A new life is possible that wasn't possible before that day.
Mitch, hold on 1 second. I'm so sorry. I got to handle something.
Okay.
Are you going to grab the phone? Great. Okay. All right.
A new life is possible now that wasn't possible before that weekend.
Yeah. And you can see it in that individual.
Yes, I can. I absolutely can.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's now real. That's not a concept.
I get the difference.
Good.
And while I had that same experience with Josh, I didn't communicate it the same way.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's critical you practice that.
Yeah.
Practice what? Being connected to, oh, my participation in the course supervisor program is my opportunity to make a profound difference in millions of individual people's lives. And then there's being connected. That one person at that microphone, in reality, the next day is going to talk to 10 people.
Yeah.
Just like that. That's, you've now made a difference with 10 people.
As you were saying that, Philip, I really got connected to, I take what you just said for granted. Like
That's
that's a
right.
given. That's what I'm going to do. I don't even focus on it. It's just part of what there is to do and handle.
Yeah.
And I
And
see
it's,
that until you said that, that's
Yeah.
why what you got as an answer from me wasn't what you were looking for or what you
Yeah.
asked for.
yeah. And
If I
that's
wasn't-
why participation in the course supervisor program suppressed.
All right, thank you.
Because it is obvious.
Right.
Somebody says, what's great about being in the course supervisor program? You go, it's great. I got a new job. I made more money. I'm starting a business. But all of that's the fallout of the purpose.
That's not the agenda of it. It's the benefits of being part of it.
Yeah, it's the fallout.
I got
And
that. Thank you.
you notice we've gone high tech, but there's nothing highfalutin about assisting. There was a time when what we did was put pens under our chairs. And now we put slides up on Zoom. There's nothing highfalutin about that. All right, good. Who else? What difference has your participation in the course supervisor made in millions of individual people's lives? Yeah, Sherry?
Sorry. So I haven't had an assisting agreement to assist, but inside of my participation in the course supervisor program,
Hold on, you just lied.
oh, well,
You have an assisting agreement.
I do.
You do.
Oh,
You're a course supervisor.
cool. Yes, I
Yeah,
have
and
been.
even
course
in that,
supervisor.
you
Yes,
even have agreements in the course supervisor program.
this is true.
Aren't you a mentor?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
what's the profound difference as a mentor you've made in individual people's lives?
Well, I've been able to stand for individuals as well as the
Like
group.
who?
Like Monica and Tom.
Okay, so let's talk
my
about Monica.
mentees.
I like talking about Monica.
All
Let's
right.
talk about Monica.
So through my assisting agreement to mentor Monica Dubay,
Yeah.
I've been able to cause her to cause herself.
Yeah,
such
you
that
have,
she-
haven't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, see, that's real.
yeah.
And we
It's-
can see that.
Yeah,
See, I can see out of your participation, you've been causing Monica to cause herself.
Yeah.
And I can see that.
oh, and then some.
And then some. Yeah.
It's extraordinary. Mhm.
Yeah. And if you think about, okay, well, the average person talks to 10 people a day, and you've been causing Monica for 3 months, that's 90 days, that's 900 people.
Mhm. Yeah,
That has that statement be real.
mhm.
Oh, making a profound difference in millions of individual people's lives.
Yeah.
Oh, why do you participate in the course supervisor program? Let me tell you why. Because it's my opportunity to make a profound difference in millions of individual people's lives and in the world.
Mm.
And there's nothing highfalutin about that. Yeah, I talked to Monica. We talk, or she talks and I listen.
Mm. Awesome.
Awesome. All right, great. One more person.
I'll
Yeah,
go.
Tim?
So the impact that I've had in being a course supervisor and assisting, and particularly in delivering the programs online, is someone who is a graduate requested to be the backup document manager on a course that I am the document manager on. Like said, I want to be on that course to be trained by Tim. So I was then asked,
But hold on a second. You're not answering the question.
okay, so let me back up. So the impact that I've had in assisting is that I've been
No, that's not the question. You guys, it's not accidental.
yeah, that the local coordinator is not recreating the question.
Yeah, because your brain is generating a world. Your brain's selecting that. See, your brain doesn't want to deal with, oh, I have the opportunity to make a profound difference in millions of individual people's lives.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my opportunity. You know, on Monday, people are going to ask you how your weekend went, and your brain's going to go, it was fine. Because your brain isn't going to generate, oh, how your weekend went. Oh my gosh, I had the opportunity to make a profound difference in the millions of individual people's lives. What did you do?
Okay, so in my assisting, the impact that I've had on people's lives over the past 4 weeks, I've spent about 8 hours training another graduate on how to be a document manager. And at the end of last week's session, this graduate said to me, I didn't think I was going to be able to do this. And I now know I can do this.
Hmm.
And that person then asked, do you think I should be a course supervisor?
Hmm.
And I said, yes. So I really got in that moment the opportunity for assisting and what that does, how I actually impacted this person's life, and who knows how many other people have been impacted.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, good. No, I just want to highlight something, okay?
Mhm.
I don't really like Sherry and Tim sharing because it's direct. And so much of the world of assisting is indirect.
Mm.
And there's no difference between direct and indirect in the world of assisting.
I didn't
So
get that.
yeah, so
Yeah.
somebody distinguish direct and indirect. Fitzgerald, distinguish that.
Direct is directly with the person that I'm working with. Indirect is the people that that person is going to interact with.
Good. Yeah, but no, have it be real.
Okay.
Have indirect be real on the call right now.
My mom lit up because she saw me lit up after the course supervisor
No, I got
meeting.
that. No, have it be, there's a reason why I picked you. Right now, how are you participating as a course supervisor?
I'm the document manager for the Living Passionately seminar.
Good. And how many people are, it's a master class. And how many
Yeah.
people are in that master class?
Yes, in that master class, we have over 500 people,
560.
560 people.
Yeah, and of those
So
560 people, how many of those people have you spoken with?
none.
None.
Yeah.
You got that? And
Yeah.
what do you do?
I assist. I put up slides.
That's right. That's called indirect.
Got it.
So have everybody say what you do one more time.
I am the document manager for at the Living Passionately masterclass. And
Okay. And I'm saying you managing those slides is your opportunity to make a profound difference in millions of individual people's lives.
Mm.
Yeah.
So this is a communication I got. I want you to know about the assignment from the master class and how it's impacted me. I discovered my unwillingness to choose my daughter's mental illness. I don't want to accept she has a mental illness. She should be better since she was raised with the distinctions. She did the Landmark Forum for young people, teens, and adults. And I've been unwilling to accept she can't do anything about this for herself. I've made her wrong for disrupting my view that I created the perfect family. When I got present to living a life of purpose, grace, and ease, I got to choose my daughter for everything she is and everything she isn't. Who she is a true miracle. She came into my wife and my life and made us parents. She brought love into our relationship that we've never gotten over. I got that by choosing her illness, it took the significance out of it. What's left is the love I have for my daughter.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. I did that.
You did that.
Mm.
I did
And
that
how'd you do that?
by being the document manager in the Living Passionately seminar by putting up a slide,
Yeah, a slide,
3 slides.
3 slides. But you want to get that.
Mm.
Fitzgerald is accountable for 3 slides.
Yeah.
See, there's no such thing as a little bit pregnant. There's no such thing. You're either pregnant or you're not. And it's critical that you develop the muscle to be connected to the indirect difference. Why? Because that's 90% of our accountability. The email I send, the statistics I update. See, this opportunity, my being with you, my having this conversation with you, this is my opportunity to make a difference with you. So when you're on those courses, you're making that difference and it goes out. But to have our work be the work is Pam's got to be there, and Pam's got to be my letting this person in from the waiting room into the course. That's making the profound difference. That action right there, my letting them in. There was a time when we had outside room security. We had 5 people. All their job, their assisting agreement was one thing and one thing only: to sit on a chair in a hall and not to be needed. And weekend after weekend and week after weekend, people love that opportunity. How come? Because sitting on that chair in that empty hallway, that was them making a profound difference in millions of individual people's lives and in the world. Now, there's another reason why I'm having this conversation with y'all. Why do you think obviously I'm committed that you really you're connected to and in the presence of the profound difference you're making. But there's another reason why I'm having this connection with y'all. Yeah, Tom?
Because most of us are supervising on courses coming up, and you would like us to be connected to that before we supervise.
Because
of the profound difference that I can make in everyone's life that is in the course, and then all the people that they talk to.
Good, excellent. But there's another reason. I'm not talking to the seminar leaders about this. I'm talking to you about this. There's a reason why I'm talking to you about this. Yeah, Tim?
So that we're developed in actually sharing the opportunity for others. What's actually there as an opportunity for them to be a course supervisor, to assist. So that we actually are being trained in how to share and how to get present to our own impact, so that we can actually then share that with others.
Okay, yeah, that's true. It's
And not what you're looking for.
Little too highfalutin. Yeah, Jamie?
Well, I would say it's because we are, champions and leaders of the assisting program.
Yeah,
It's for us to train the other people assisting to be connected to the difference they're making as they assist. They're
That's
not
right.
just pushing buttons. They're
Yeah.
making a difference in their lives.
that's right. Yeah, I love what you said, because you're a champion of the assisting program. You're not just pushing buttons.
Yeah.
And around me, everyone that's pushing a button is connected to that. Pushing that button makes a profound difference in millions of individual people's lives and in the world. and to develop themselves as people who make that kind of difference. And a lot of the development is taking the notion you have to do something really highfalutin to make that kind of difference. Oh my gosh, if I don't end hunger today, I'm not going to make a difference. What'd you develop yourself in today? I developed myself in being of service, having something be whole and complete. I developed myself in the details matter. And look, there's nothing significant about this. We gotta practice this. This isn't a normal conversation. But it is what it is to be a course supervisor. Yeah, there was a day when what transformed the world was pens under chairs. Now it slides on Zoom. All right, anything you want to share what you're discovering in this conversation? Yeah, Jamie?
Well, I mean, it's like this conversation is a laser beam to my heart. Because I just feel profoundly disconnected. And that's why I'm a course supervisor. And, you know, I'm in the seminar that where Fritz is a document manager.
Yeah.
I'm in it with my dad.
Yeah.
And I'm so present to the difference in our lives, in our relationship. And, you know, Fritz made that assist in my life, my dad's life, and the people my dad is sharing the forum with. You know, my stepsister, my sisters. And, you know, I've been so profoundly disconnected from difference I make in individuals, like real people. And because it's been conceptual. And I've had it like I'm just, you know, pushing buttons, you know, and anybody could do that. And maybe anybody could do it, but I'm the one doing it when I'm doing it. And I'm making the difference with those people. And I just have not been connected to it at all. And I'm interested now in how to develop that muscle and to keep it present for myself and to train others.
Great.
Great.
Well, the great thing is that's why we have a program, so we get to practice that. And really, it's really critical that we take time out. And you know, I don't know about you, but at least for me, I am so let's just get it done. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Come on, let's get it done.
Yeah.
That's my life, is let's win at getting it done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be connected to the difference I'm making as soon as I'm getting it done.
Mm-hmm.
Except we said we're going to transform what it means to be a human being. And maybe what that means is, no, we're connected to the difference we're making now. There is nowhere to get. It's great. Does anybody know how to, somebody can't get into their SELP, who should they talk to?
To their SALP Zoom.
Yeah. Today's their first work day.
Um,
Hold on one second. I'm so sorry.
Maybe a customer support line.
Does anybody know what that is?
Maybe they should check their email again. They should have email, like a welcome email.
Well, the world of should.
yeah.
I mean, because it's hard to say, like, who's the leader, what time zone is it?
Yeah,
It's in Chicago.
There's a staff accountable person. I don't have access to that. I'm in the weekly online programs file, and I don't see an SELP starting today. Hold on, maybe, hold on.
Would Jody know?
No, she is out of that loop at the moment.
Or Monica Kager?
What
Okay.
about Dana Clary as a resource?
Yeah, but it's a Chicago.
You know, guys, I'm just really present to, you know, the calls we have when we first have an assisting team on a course, and we create what is assisting. You know, it's not helping out. Or the whole context of, you know, the way you created at one time, Philip, as the assist, like in basketball, and how it's, you know, I'm just present to how many times I created that conversation and trained people in it.
Yeah.
For on in-person courses, you know.
Okay. All right, you guys, hang tight.
Hold on, I'm looking for the reference sheet that has the emergency contact for the domain, different domains.
Desiree, did you sneeze? Bless you.
It's the start.
you.
Of thank you. It's the start of spring.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
You should see my car.
for a whole month now be doing this.
Okay. All right, master providers. You can't get on it for somebody for reaching out to you when you're a master provider of what's wanted and needed.
You can't, but I sometimes do. I will just say that. Yeah, did you get it resolved?
Yeah,
No,
you're getting
but-
handled.
Uh-huh.
I was calling the Chicago Center, Philip, but
Okay. All right. So there's a world present. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really to be created and be tended to, and we're going to use our time together to really, keep mastering that conversation. And what everything that showed up in the conversation is what we wanted to have show up. All right, anything else anybody wants to share? We're going to have Pedro.
Philip. Jamie, I mean, you just completely recreated me. And Philip, thank you, because I was completely disconnected to the difference that I get to make as a course supervisor. I mean, I'm on vacation. My whole family allowed me to be here with you guys. I created that with them. You know, if I were to turn the camera, you would see my son just chillaxing in the bed, my wife having a conversation with my daughter, and I'm here with you guys, So I was just completely disconnected to, that difference. It's not about me. It's about me doing this and then having a ripple effect in the world. So thank you.
Yeah, and that this right here, this is making a profound difference in millions of individual people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have this make a difference with your family today. And then I'm going to have this make a difference with the people I see tomorrow. And then when I'm on that course on Thursday, I'm going to make a difference with Jamie's dad.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay. All right. Now we're going to have a breakthrough conversation. You ready?
Yes.
Yeah,
Philip,
Jamie.
Just real quick, I keep getting hung up a little bit on the millions of people's lives.
No, I didn't say millions of people. I said millions of individual people's lives. And there's that word is critical. You just pulled a Mitch. Your brain wants to drop off individual. And there's a reason why that's there. Because if you just say millions of people, it turns conceptual.
Yeah. No,
It goes into a concept. So that individual, that's the difference between lightning and lightning bug.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead, Jamie. Yeah.
No, I got it.
So what were you going to say?
No, I was going to say that I was having that as a concept, and it was hard to wrap my brain around it. Like I can see individuals. Like, I mentor Felipe, and I know the difference he's made with his fiance, with his mother, with his uncle. As indirect, right?
Yeah.
But then, the millions. Then I get it of individual lives. Still,
but this isn't a mental exercise, but it does take practice. You've got to practice this conversation. So you got to put yourself in a program. So there I am in a program, and I'm the waiting room manager. And all I do is hit accept. So there, Desiree Salmon from Fort Lauderdale shows up. There's Desiree in the waiting room. All right, I got to get connected to Desiree. All right, I'm connected to Desiree. All right, I just hit accept. Now Desiree's in the forum, and Desiree's going to walk out free to be and free to act. And that woman's going to talk to 10 people the next day. March 19th, there's 20 landmark forums that weekend.
I just got present to coaching I got from David Cunningham when I was on a forum and I was disconnected. And he said, you need to go back in that room and fall in love with each and every one of the people in that room and see the God inside each of them.
Each of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look, look, my power has so expanded. I'm leading the master class. I see 2 people. The entire night, I see 2 people. But I'm being with 560 people. And they're real for me. And it's not a mass of people, it's individual people. Your dad is an individual, he's not part of the mass for me.
Yeah.
And he sends me chats during the middle of the master class.
He does?
Yeah.
That's funny. I'm not surprised.
I'm not trying to lead the 560 people. If you get a chat, it literally takes up half your screen. It's a trip.
Cool.
Okay, she's in. Come on.
Yay.
All right, new conversation. You ready?
Yep.
All right, so now we want to talk about what allows for that difference to be made. So I want you to know the truth of the matter is this conversation is more for me than it is for you. But you know, I'm also committed to make a difference for you. And I've had this phenomenon in my performance for a long time, and that's I go up and I go down, and then I go up and then I go down, and I go up and I go down, and I go up and I go down. How many of you have ever experienced that? Yeah. So I live in a view. I have a view of life. And my view of life is what's important is enrollment. What's important is leadership. So what matters is enrollment, and what matters is leadership. And what's important is enrollment, and what matters is leadership. And integrity it's useful. And integrity is a powerful tool to deal with breakdowns. But if I look at where I am in the world, if I look at what I have to contribute to the world, the first thing that always shows up is enrollment. Or the second thing that shows up is leadership. And this year, what I'm transforming is where I'm located in the world and the opportunity of the difference I could make in the world. The answer is integrity. Now, you should know part of what gets in the mix with all of that is there are people who lie, cheat, and steal. There are people who go in the bathroom and do coke on their lunch break. There are those people. That's not my gig. So when I get myself in trouble, it's never because I falsified registrations or I stole money. I haven't developed a coke habit. That's not my issue. Some people have those issues. That's not my issue. My issue is I'm arrogant and I started voting on the way I want to do things. My issue is I think my way is the right way, and I start talking to myself about how their way is so stupid, and why do I have to deal with so much red tape? And if I didn't have to deal with so much red tape, I could really kick ass. But that's called a conversation for no possibility. So that conversation for no possibility justifies my not responding to email on time. It justifies people sending me incomplete work, and instead of me stopping and telling, no, you don't get to send incomplete work. I'm like, I'm just not going to deal with this anymore. I'm going to make this somebody else's problem. So then I send it on and I make it somebody else's problem. And there's in my story, that's not the same as snorting coke. So performance goes up and then it goes down, and then it goes up and then it goes down, and then it goes up and then it goes down. Because integrity is integrity. I'm going to say that again. Integrity is integrity. It is. There's no good integrity issues and bad integrity issues. Oh my God, that's a terrible integrity issue. Or, you know, this one little incompletion, that's a good integrity issue. Or I've improved. Well, I used to eat 1,000 extra calories a day. Now I'm only eating 200 extra calories a day. I mean, it's not 1,000, it's only 200. So anything you hear in this conversation, anything you want to share? Yeah, Tom?
Yeah, like I think that it's when you started saying that, you know, for you enrollment was number one and leadership was number two, and right away I thought without integrity nothing works.
Yeah.
And if you don't have integrity, your enrollment doesn't work. Your leadership
doesn't, does it? It really doesn't, does it?
No. And you know, right before I got into the course supervisor program, I was kind of having some struggles in life, and my coach, and as I was coaching SELP at the time, and my coach told me, you need to take a massive integrity dump.
Yeah.
And what he meant was,
yeah,
I have to look at everywhere in my life where there's out integrity, whether it's big or small, it doesn't matter. Like you said, it's not, you know, I'm eating only 200 more calories than I need to eat than instead of 1,000. It's either in or out, and it doesn't matter if it's big or small. And it's restoring integrity, and it creates miracles, and things shift.
Yeah, good. Awesome, thank you.
Philip.
Anybody else?
Yeah. So yes, what I see for myself, Philip, is exactly when I say I'm going to do something. So I'm going to be on a call on a Monday.
Yep.
And at the time I just choose, like, not choosing, I just say, well, I can listen to it later. Yeah. But then that takes on a ripple effect throughout the whole week.
Yeah.
That you know, I don't get to experience, you know, just doing something when I said I would do it and
Yeah.
cheating myself out just by being in communication and just
Yeah.
simply not doing it.
That's
So
right.
there's an impact and a ripple effect on that.
Yeah, very powerful. Good.
Hmm.
Excellent. Yeah. Pam and Jamie?
So what I noticed that I had areas in my life that the roller coaster effect, and what I hear what you're saying is bringing consistency to something that's constantly going in and out is where the practice is, to have the up and down alter, not even change the up and down, but have a new experience. And,
yeah, and it's not consistency.
What is it?
It's word.
Right. Right. Okay. Yes. Yes.
So anywhere
consistency
life
is the result. Right.
That's right. Good.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Consistency is the result.
Anywhere life is going up and down, there's
I have no word in the matter.
Yeah, there's no word in the matter.
Yep.
And whether the word is you're snorting coke in the bathroom.
Sorry. Yeah.
Or you're a conversation. Or you're a conversation for no possibility. There's no difference.
Yeah, that is very clear.
I don't think it is.
Could you repeat that?
Yeah.
It's not clear to me.
Yeah. And I invite, I said that for me. Remember, I said this conversation for me. And you'll get whatever you get out of it.
Okay, got it.
See, we think there's a difference between snorting coke in the bathroom and being a conversation for no possibility.
Right, because so what I hear in that is that the morality of that.
Yeah.
Like it's so much better to not
Yes.
be like my out of integrity is better than your out of integrity.
That's right.
So that's like, is that what you're referring to as the voting part of it?
That's right. Yeah.
Like distancing ourselves from another human. Yeah.
Yeah. And well, no, I like the word you use. No, we turn integrity into morality. See, doing coke is a moral issue. And integrity is integrity. And without integrity, nothing's going to work. It doesn't matter. If you take a front wheel off of a car, the car won't work. If you take a back wheel off of a car, yeah, I got everything done, but I did it begrudgingly.
Yeah, I'm recreated in that.
That's called a conversation for no possibility. And that's everybody listen up. The conversation for possibilities, the more challenging aspect of integrity. Monica, did that clear up what you had a question about, or you want to interact?
No, I'm not getting the conversation for possibility. What you mean by that?
All right, good. So what I mean by that is our work is contextual. So if you do what you say you're going to do, take yourself off of mute so you can interact with me. Okay?
Yeah.
So if you do what you say you're going to do, and you do it on time, and you do it the way it was meant to be done, and there's no conversation for possibility, it still lacks integrity. It's not whole and complete. See, there are people who do marriage. There's no conversation for the possibility of their marriages. that lacks integrity.
Just got that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the more challenging aspect of integrity.
Right.
So when we talk about the conversation you are, it's the conversation for what there is for you to do and handle. See, this course supervisor meeting, it's something I'm doing. You got that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm here, I'm talking,
Yeah.
I'm doing this. But I have an empowering context. My context in talking, my context in doing this meeting is I'm altering what's possible on the planet. I'm not just doing it. No, I have in everything I'm creating, I have an intention behind it. And there's no difference for me between leading this meeting and the emails I have to send in half an hour.
It's the context within which you live your life.
That's right. Inside of which there is to do and handle. And the most impactful integrity issues that I have is when I become a conversation for no possibility. And my conversation for no possibility this is stupid. This is stupid. Or this is my favorite one, right? I don't even say it's stupid out loud. I just go, ugh. Or sometimes it looks like this.
Should we be on the lookout for that on Thursdays?
Yes. It's not very subtle.
When his video goes off, you'll know what's happening over there.
All right, can you see that, Monica?
Yeah. I'm looking at where I do that.
Great, powerful.
Yeah, like where I hold back, or I think I hold back, I don't
Yeah,
give
good.
everything to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, holding back is a conversation for no possibility.
Yeah.
Good, good for you. All right, anybody else?
I immediately could see areas of my life where I've been waiting, like Monica said, holding back, right? I've been waiting for some kind of sign, like it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And there's no freedom there. And that's definitely how mine shows up. And I remember having a conversation with a Landmark Forum leader, and he's like we couldn't get to the source of it. And I think I just did, and I'll call him and get that complete. But there was so much resistance, and we could feel it. There was no articulation of it. And that's exactly what it was. Somewhere I had gone south and was waiting to get told what to do, what needed to get done, because I reverted right back to that checklist thing. And I'll just get it done, grind it out, right? That's exactly the words I use. I'm like, I'm just going to keep grinding, And that's kind of gross for other people around me, because then I'm just not, I'm just pushing everything away, like everybody away, all possibility away. And then that completely keeps limiting and limiting and limiting. And that's exactly what that is, I would say. There's no freedom there for sure. But it keeps me from doing the other things that I'd like to do.
Yeah.
It's
clear.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Well, we're going to deepen this conversation. You ready? Okay. So remember, this is for me, and you'll get what you get out of it. All right, Tim, I can see you on my screen, so you're going to go first. So why don't you start with A? I want you to go A and read number 1. Got to take yourself off mute.
Okay. A, 11 factors of the veil of invisibility that conceal the effects of out of integrity behavior. One.
Okay, good. So, like I said, it's pretty obvious if you're in the bathroom snorting coke, that lacks integrity in the state of Florida. Everybody clear about that? So there are other out integrity behaviors that don't show up for us as out integrity behaviors. How come? Because they're veils of invisibility. So we're going to go through these. All right, Tim.
Okay, number one, not seeing that who you are as a person is your word. That is, thinking that who you are as a person is anything other than your word. For example, thinking that who you are is your body, or what is going on with you internally, your mental, emotional state, your thoughts, thought processes, and your bodily sensations, or anything else you identify with, such as your title or position in life, or your possessions, etc., leaves you unable to see that when your word is less than whole and complete, you are diminished as a person. A person is constituted in language. As such, when a person's word is less than whole and complete, they are diminished as a person.
So yeah, there I am. All right, who I am. I think I'm my title. I am a course supervisor. I'm a title. So seeing yourself as a title and not your word. Pedro did it really. I said I was going to be on this call. Okay, but I know I can listen to the recording. So I don't have to be on the call. I can just listen to the recording. That's seeing yourself as a title. Oh, what's a word? A word are your promises, your agreements, the conversation for the possibility you are. Oh yeah, I'm a wife. And not seeing yourself as, oh, I promise to be loving. I don't need to be loving, I'm a wife. Seeing yourself as a title. I'm a manager. I don't need to have the budget be accurate, up to date, in use and usable. I don't need to have my checkbook balanced. And then when you're a title, then you think who you are is your thoughts and thought processes. I don't want to do that today. I did that yesterday. I have to follow up with this person again. I got to do my workout again. I mean, I'm in an upset. How come? Because I got my car washed a week ago and this stupid tree bloomed and there's all this pollen and these birds are in this tree eating the pollen, and when this stupid birds took a big poop on my car. I don't want to get my car washed again. I already did that. Why do I have to do it again? Really? I gotta spend my Sunday getting my car washed? Really? Seriously? Stupid tree. That's called a thought process. So any questions about the first veil? Yeah, I mean, how many of you can see your life is dictated by your feelings, whether you feel like it or not? Yeah, and then how many of you, your life is dictated by what you deserve? Oh my God, I totally deserve that today. I deserve that. Yeah, instead of a word. All right, who's going to read the second veil?
I'll read it.
All right, who said that?
This is Joshua Morano.
Great, thanks, Josh. Okay.
Living as if my word is only what I said, word, I, and what I assert is true, word, for. Even if we are clear that in the matter of integrity, our word exists in 6 distinct ways, most of us actually function as if our word consists of only what I said or what I assert is true. This guarantees that we cannot be men or women of integrity. For us, words 2, 3, 5, and 6 are invisible as our word. Word 2, what you know to do or not to do. Word 3, what is expected of you by those whom you wish to have a workable relationship, unless you have explicitly declined those unexpressed requests. Word 5, what you stand for. Word 6, moral, ethical, and legal standards of each society, group, and governmental entity of which I am a member. When we live, function in life as though our word is limited to word 1, what I said, and word 4, what I say is so, we are virtually certain to be out of integrity with regard to our word as constituted in word 2, 3, 5, and 6. In such cases, all the instances of our word, be it the word of an individual or organization, that are not spoken or otherwise communicated explicitly are simply invisible as our word to such individuals or organizations. In our lives, all the instances of our words 2, 3, 5, and 6 simply do not occur for us as having given our word. Wow.
So yeah, there you are in life, and you say, I'm gonna do blah, 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 blah. But you know there's a way it's meant to be done. And you haven't promised that you didn't explicitly say that, but you know it's the way it's meant to be done. All right, so if you know the way it's meant to be done and you don't do it, then that lacks integrity. And expectations. So you schedule a call with me and I missed the call and I'm 5 minutes late and you don't call me or you don't text me, you just make me wrong. That lacks integrity. How come? Because I would expect if I miss something or I'm late, you hold me to account for that. Tim knows when he sends me an email, I expect for him to say when he's going to update it next. There's no just sending Philip emails. They're either complete, there's a request, or when they're going to get updated next. Tim's clear there's that expectation. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm also clear that when I don't fulfill on that, like there have been times when I've not given an update date, you then have to do the work to tell me you didn't tell me the update, or then you say, now please update me. Had I updated and said what I needed to say, that would have been complete. And I really get now the impact that pulls you from what you're up to by my not doing that one thing.
Yeah, and you'll have a lot of power if you operate consistent with people's expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the real trip. A lot of you justify not having to do that by saying, I don't know what their expectations are. That doesn't give you off the hook. See, that's going to always come back and bite you in the butt. Yeah, Jamie?
Well, I just, thought of when I just, filed for a homestead exemption for the new house. My wife
Yeah.
doesn't even know what that is to even
Yeah.
have that expectation, but I really see that as a matter of integrity, that I would do that.
Yeah, that's right. Good. Yeah, Tom?
When that was being read, I just thought like the thing that came to mind was speeding.
Yeah.
Like I said that I don't have to drive the speed limit because it's too slow.
Mhm.
And so I'm not out of integrity when I do 55 in a 45-mile-an-hour zone.
Yeah.
And I had this flashback. I don't know, it was like a really long time ago in a seminar. Avanish said, I never drive over the speed limit because it was the integrity seminar. And I never drive over the speed limit because that lacks integrity. And I was like, that is the stupidest thing I have ever heard in my life. And there's no way that I'm even to consider that that is out of integrity.
Yeah.
And 7 or 8 years later, I still don't consider that as out of integrity.
Yeah. And look, and that's why you don't have Avanish's life.
Mm-hmm.
See, word 6, there is what it is to be a citizen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I got that. Like right when
See,
when Josh
there
was
are
reading
people, there are people who live in Florida and they have the right to smoke pot. Except we have a federal constitution. It's not morality. But if you deal with the perspective of morality, then you'll never do anything about it and you'll keep being a victim. We have a process. If you don't like a law, there's a process about how you impact it. But if you don't deal with integrity, you deal with morality, then you're an upset, victim-y, whiny person. And you get to have that kind of life. See, smoking pot's really easy to handle. If I want to smoke pot, all I gotta do is go to Canada. I can buy a plane ticket, go to Canada. It's handled. If it's something I'm really committed to and I want to live in Florida and smoke pot, then there's people I got to organize and letters I got to write and money I got to donate. And, that's easy to handle too. Because at all times I can operate with integrity. All right, good. Who else?
I just saw something for myself. I've been recovering from a back injury for a few years, and some of the things I do work and some of the things I don't work. So I love running. And sometimes I do things and I hurt myself running and I'm blaming running for that rather than looking at all the steps in between that I might have taken or not taken.
Yeah.
And chipping away at it. So it's like the up and down. I'm like, oh, I can't do that. But that's not true. That's not true. So I
don't know. See, I would deal with it. I'm not an expert about this. I'm gonna go find an expert, and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do what I know to do, which is follow the advice of an expert.
Right. Yeah. And
I have something that's not working. Okay, one of the things I know to do is talk to an expert.
take my doctor's advice. That was
Take
one
my
thing I put
doctor's
in.
advice.
Yep. Try this shoe. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I just bought shoes. He's like,
Yes.
no. And again, he's like, try this shoe. And lo and behold, I tried the shoe.
Yes. That's a good example of not doing what you know to do. An expert tells you what to do, and you're like, well, I'm not really sure. Maybe I
No,
don't
the thought
really
process.
know. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the thought process.
Yep. Oh,
Very
and the
good.
money, the thought process always triggers with cost.
Yeah.
Cost of things always triggers that also. That was the second part of that part. So I've set that all aside
Yeah.
and I've
Good.
had success. What?
Excellent.
Thank
All right.
you.
Anybody else? Okay. Who's going to create number 3?
I will. I'm
Right.
just really getting present to my level of arrogance. In terms of, yeah,
Anything else you want to say?
no.
Okay. Very good.
Okay. Integrity is a virtue. Number 3, integrity is a virtue. Most people in organizations, integrity exists as a virtue rather than as a necessary condition for performance. When held as a virtue rather than as a factor of production, integrity is easily sacrificed when it appears that a person or organization must do so to succeed. For many people, virtue is valued only to the degree that it engenders the admiration of others, and as such, it is easily sacrificed, especially when it would not be noticed or can be rationalized. Sacrificing integrity as a virtue seems no different than sacrificing courteousness or new sinks in the men's room.
Okay. So who has a question about a virtue? Yeah.
So
Tim?
my only question was that last sentence. I really didn't get that about the bathroom.
About the
or
men's
Yeah.
sinks in the bathroom. Yeah. Well, I mean, wouldn't it be nice to have new sinks in the men's restroom?
Yeah,
That's
Be
what we
nice.
mean by virtue. It'd be nice.
that would be nice. Got it. Okay.
It'd be nice. See,
I got that.
integrity is something
Be
nice.
It'd be nice. Yeah.
It'd be nice. It'd be nice to have integrity. Oh yeah, it's nice to be on time. But the moment integrity looks like it's in the way of performance, it'll be sacrificed.
That's fine, yeah.
See, it would be nice to have new sinks in the men's room, but you don't need new sinks in the men's room to have the organ to make a profit. Like, it's nice to be courteous. It's nice to be connected. But if I'm on a deadline, then I have the right to be edgy. Because I can sacrifice being connected because it's a virtue. It's a nicety.
Nice thing.
See, when integrity is a virtue, you're not connected to it as it's requisite, it's required, it's what allows for performance. I'll get to it later. Okay, so what do you see about that one? Yeah, Jamie?
Well, I just, the first two I could really map onto myself. This one, I can't quite map it on to my.
Yeah, this is your whole deal. You see integrity as that it's nice. This is the story of Jamie Owsley. Yeah, it's nice.
Or I would say it's good to have integrity.
Yes, that's right. It's good to have integrity. It's not requisite. It's good, not requisite. See, if I put a plastic bag over your head and I tie it closed in a very short amount of time, what are you going to discover?
Can't breathe.
Yeah. And you're going to discover air is requisite.
Yeah, okay, I got
In
that.
a very short amount of time, air isn't going to be a virtue. That's not your it's not your relationship with integrity.
I got that.
Yeah, your relationship with integrity is it's nice.
Something like, yeah, it's good or it's better.
Yeah.
You know, it's something I will use to succeed maybe, but it's
Yeah.
optional. It's not.
Yeah, it's optional. Yeah, because you don't have those bad integrity issues like doing coke in the bathroom. No, yours is a conversation for no possibility.
Yeah.
You just won't update emails on time. By the way, when it was interesting, nobody said this, but word 5 is the stand you take. Nobody said, oh my God, I don't stand for anything. Oh, are you saying nobody said, oh, are you saying if I'm not standing for something that lacks integrity? Is that what you're saying? Really?
I didn't even notice that one.
Yeah, you guys didn't even notice that one. Yeah, it's a critical aspect of integrity is the stand you take. Huh. I mean, if I'm just going along with life, floating through that lacks integrity, yeah. And now you're saying that I turn that into new sinks in the men's room, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
It's like that idea of performance. As soon as it gets in the way of performance, it's out the window. Let's do what we have to do. And then we'll restore our integrity.
Yeah.
And that just doesn't work. I can see that I'm drawn to that conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
And the stand, it's the same thing,
Yes.
Oh, well, it's just not working right now, but that's okay. I'll come back around to that stand. But in this moment,
I'll get to it. But I'm gonna handle performance right now. I'm gonna turn this in. I'm gonna get this done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And while you may win the battle, you will always lose the war.
Yeah. That's so amazing.
Okay, good. Jamie, we said you're gonna do number 4?
Sure. Number 4, self-deception about being out of integrity. People are mostly unaware that they have not kept their word. All they see is the reason, rationalization, or excuse for not keeping their word. In fact, people systematically lie to themselves about who they have been and what they have done. As Chris Agrias concludes, put simply, people consistently act inconsistently, unaware of the contradiction between their espoused theory and their theory in use, between the way they think they are acting and the way they really act. And if you think this is not you, you are fooling yourself about fooling yourself. Because people cannot see their out of integrity behavior, it is impossible for them to see the cause of the unworkability in their lives and organizations, the direct result of their own attempts to violate the law of integrity.
All right, so what do you want to share about that one? Yeah, Monica?
It's like saying you're a consistent something, saying that you're a consistent well, I'll just say for in my coaching program, like I consistently show up for everybody, fully present, and I'm accountable for, everything that goes along with that, and keeping track of my appointments and everything. And do I actually do that? Like I can say I do, but then there are days where I'm like, no, there's definitely not in integrity with that.
Yeah.
But I have it that I am.
Yeah. And then see, if you have it that you are, when you're not, you won't complete that. You won't restore it. See, and it goes right back into a virtue phenomenon. I'm good if I have integrity, and I'm bad if I don't have integrity. And if not having integrity is bad, then you won't acknowledge it. And the only point in acknowledging it is to give you power.
And are they saying it's kind of like a blind spot? You just don't even see it because we're so caught up in the justification for the lack thereof that we just don't even notice it.
Yeah, and you're caught up in being admired. See, it's admirable to have integrity.
Yeah.
It's good to have integrity, and it's bad if you don't have integrity. So then you create a culture where it's a really big deal it's a really big deal to acknowledge lacks of integrity, because you should have integrity.
Mm.
It's good. Awesome. Yeah, Tim?
Yeah, this whole conversation is my whole world. And I know it's no secret, right? So where I work, we're all graduates, and I'm known as the integrity police.
Mm-hmm.
I call everybody out on their out of integrities. Late, not their word, all that. And I really do have it as it really looks good if I don't miss anything. I'm on all of my calls. I followed through with all of my emails. I follow up within 3 days. It really looks good.
Yeah.
And then there's this thing called I'm 30 pounds overweight for more than a year and a half that you all know about. And I've said how many times I'm going to resolve that. And it is so contextual for me, because just right now, I'm like, well, at your age, this is how your family is. It's not going to ever, there's no possibility. The conversation is, this is how it's going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's no word.
I'm looking here to make sure you don't see this. I'm trying to make my camera view not show this neck. It's just because it's all bad and wrong.
Yes.
And as you said, you won't even restore it or get it complete because you have it so bad. I was like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. No, I got to freaking say it.
And it's good that you did, because Josh texted me earlier this week about how much sleep he's been losing over you not losing weight. I mean, it's just the number of nights Josh has tossed and turned over that. It's unbelievable.
Thank you, Joshua. I get that too.
Yeah, but see, what's Tim's creating is, look, and we all have areas of life that are like that. It's an area of life, and see, we'll rationalize and justify that area of life other than deal with, there's no word.
It's just not an individual phenomenon either. It seeps into our universe, our whole world.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, this is an area of life where I'm not my word. That's it. And I keep wanting it to be complicated. I keep wanting it to be dramatic. I keep wanting it to be this big soap opera. No, it's not a soap opera. It starts with telling the truth. Wow, I've had this area of my life be a virtue.
There's a whole lightness over here right now about it all.
Yeah. And it's incomplete.
Yeah.
Because you either, and there's, okay, this is my word. Or I want you to know I'm not going to have a word in this area of my life. And the word I'm going to have is I give up the right to bitch about it. You should ask Rory about that. I'm like, look, I don't care. You don't have to have a word in this area of your life. You just don't get to bitch about it.
That's interesting. The bitching and complaining about it is not out here with anybody. It's just with me.
No,
I mean,
it's not. That's part of the lie. You sit all slumped back. We saw you.
Mm.
It is out here.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I see that. Mm. You know, and what's present for me right now is, okay, this is the moment to have word in the matter or not. Like, I feel like I need to say and do something about it.
Well, that's part of that's just part
morality.
of the drama. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
See, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just preparing to get all these texts from Fitzgerald after do you know Tim did not make a word? Oh my God. How are we gonna sleep tonight? I can tell Tom is texting Pedro and Pam to schedule an emergency call tomorrow to figure out how they're going to intervene with this.
Okay, I get it. Yeah, I got it.
And you could make a promise. You could.
Yep, I could. And right now it just appears like it would be some formulaic thing I have to do and, you know, to fulfill on, and yeah.
Okay,
I'm not gonna do that.
Well, we're gonna keep going, and
yeah, thank you.
Keep letting the conversation speak to you. All right, who's gonna read the next one? All right, Des, come on.
Integrity is keeping one's word. The belief that integrity is keeping one's word, period, leaves no way to maintain integrity when this is not possible, or when it is inappropriate, or when one simply chooses not to keep one's word. This leads to concealing, not keeping one's word, which adds to the veil of invisibility about the impact of violations of the law of integrity.
Okay, so who has a yeah about or how about or what if about that one? Yeah, Jamie?
Well, I'm just not quite sure I got it. Can I try to recreate it?
Yeah, good.
So if I only have integrity as keeping my word.
Yeah.
If that's encompasses what integrity is for me, then well, it removes the possibility of me ever not keeping my word or breaking a promise.
Yeah.
And then that's about all I remember.
Good. Yeah. So if integrity is, and it only is keeping your word, that's what integrity is.
Yeah.
It'll leave you making really, really, really small promises. How come? Well, because integrity is about keeping your word. And if that's what integrity is, well, see, Tim's not going to promise. Because right now, Tim doesn't see how he can keep his word. So he's not going to promise. Because what integrity is for Tim is keeping his word. You got that?
Yeah.
And so that's the first impact, is you won't make a promise. The second impact is, if integrity is only keeping your word, then if you break your promise, you'll hide that. You won't acknowledge it. See, I can't remember I think it was July last year. Tim had this really big breakthrough about his well-being in July, and he was really in communication and generating his communication. And somewhere between July and today, Tim didn't keep his word. But because integrity for Tim is keeping his word, he didn't acknowledge it and complete it. And the impact of not having done that is now here Tim is. And he's like, how can I make a promise? It's just more of the drama. You can't have my kind of life and not make big promises. The quality of my life is the function of the big promises I make. And there are promises, the game is always to keep my promises, but then there are times I fail. See, did it say integrity ensures you won't fail? Have we gotten to that part yet? Yeah, but if who you are is it's keeping your word, then you get all freaked out about failure. Do you remember when you first started assisting, or when you work with people who are first assisting, and you have the conversation about being on time and how freaked out they get? How can I? Because who they are is integrity, is keeping their word. Okay, anybody else about that one? All right. Yeah, Tom?
I think that also goes along with like the morality thing with it.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, because I mean, it still shows up every once in a while for me, but like it just took me years to get over that.
Yeah.
I mean, years and years, like 5 or 6 years to like, okay, I've heard integrity isn't morality, but that wasn't real for me. It was morality. And the good and bad thing, it just took me years to get over that.
Get it.
So when I was out of integrity, I didn't want to restore integrity because I was bad.
Yes. Yeah, I get that. And what integrity is, it's about keeping your word.
Yeah.
You can hear the vicious circle, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on. All right, who's reading the next one? Pedro?
Okay, 6, fear of acknowledging you are not going to keep your word. When maintaining your integrity, i.e. acknowledging that you are not going to keep your word and cleaning up the mess that results, appears to you as a threat to be avoided, like it was when you were a child, rather than simply a challenge to be dealt with. You will find it difficult to maintain your integrity. When not keeping their word, most people choose the apparent short-term gain of hiding that they will not keep their word. Thus, out of fear, we are blinded to, and therefore mistakenly forfeit, the power and respect that accrues from acknowledging that one will not keep one's word, or that one has not kept one's word.
Okay, so what do you want to say about that? Yeah, Jamie?
I'm just like present to one time Amy Goodman made a promise to me about somebody she was going to invite to a course supervisor introduction. And then I followed up with her and she said, you know, I'm taking back my promise. I'm not going to be doing that anymore. And she did it in a very responsible way. And it blew me away that she had such power that that's no longer something she was going to do. I don't think she even explained the whole story of why, but it was just so complete for me. And I got the respect and like an admiration even of that power, you know. That's just what was right there for me.
Great. Monica?
Yeah, I think it's in my space when I don't restore integrity. Like if I say to somebody, I'm going to do this and then I never get back to or I don't do it, it's like, it's right in my space all the time.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, like I have to be a good girl about it. But what I'm getting from this is that it's just a communication. Just tell them.
Yeah.
Just tell them what's up with you.
Yeah, and it builds trust.
Yeah.
It has a positive impact on relationships.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm just living in fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Sherry?
I think I'm transformed this, but I had it that restoration of integrity was just a cop-out. It was something that Landmark invented so that people didn't have to keep their word or be their word, or honor their word or whatever. And I truly am present to the value of restoration of integrity in terms of restoring oneself to have the context of being whole, perfect, and complete.
Yeah.
You know, like it makes a big difference for the individual to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And it's not really a tool to excuse it. It's a tool to acknowledge it and get it, go to nothing, and then recreate from that point. So,
and restore.
Yes, and restore. Yes. Yeah.
And restore.
Yeah.
And look, there are times, everybody listen up. This is really critical. Look, if I borrow $100 from you and I say, you know, I want to acknowledge I didn't pay you $100 back. That doesn't restore anything.
Good. You got it.
You get that? What restores that?
Well, does restoring it repaying it, or is it creating a new set of conditions that would be agreeable?
It's repaying it. And sometimes it's repaying it plus interest.
In the dirty clause. Yeah.
Sometimes it's repaying it plus interest.
Yeah.
Look, my shenanigans have cost the enterprise thousands of dollars. And I put a plan together. All right, I'm going to do this, this, and this. I'm going to generate this much of additional revenue. There are times when the seminar leader apprentices, they don't keep it costs me hours. And I have them come in my office and I'm like, all right, while I was dealing with your nonsense, this didn't get done, this didn't get done, this didn't get done, this didn't get done. All right, you need to spend 3 hours working on this. Because that has it be restored. And it's a real critical distinction. Yeah, there's, you know, there was a seminar. I told my participants, look, I want to acknowledge something. I've trained you. You have an agreement to bring a notebook. It's actually an agreement. Everybody take out your agreement. See where it says bring a notebook? Now, if you don't keep that agreement, what do we do? And they all said, you give us a notebook. And I said, that's right. And I've trained you. There's no consequences. So I want you to be clear. Every session of this seminar, we're doing a notebook exercise, and it's a critical part of this seminar. And I want you to be clear. You're either going to keep your agreement or you're not, but I'm not giving you notebooks. And guess what? The next session, 5 people didn't have, and they raised their hand. They're like, I don't have a notebook. And I said, well, I don't know what you're going to do. And they looked at me.
That's a different context restoration. I had it that it was a creation of a new possibility, right? An empowering context, but it's actually looking at the consequences and damages and restoring them in reality to be whole. Yeah. I get that.
Look, sometimes my restoration of integrity is I don't go to bed till 1 o'clock at night. How come? Because my butt's at the gym. I've got to I got to get my workout in. The other night, I was halfway home. I had to turn around, go back, grab my laptop, go all the way home because I had an agreement to send an email.
Yeah.
And restoration isn't punishment.
I got that. It's
You get
an
that?
opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about having something be whole and complete. Look, I'm restoring things with Rory all the time. I'm not, I am not a sunbeam in the morning. I stop him, get him coffee. I shoot him a stupid emoji. How come? Because I'm out to restore my crankiness. Right. Anything
Yeah,
for
so
anybody
but
else?
in that you're present to your commitment and your stand and who your possibility, and then you're taking the actions that are consistent with that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why Rocco's a badass. Because Rocco calls me, look, your intention did not get fulfilled. That lacked integrity. I'm going to do this, this, and this. I trust Rocco with anything.
Awesome.
All right. Who's next?
I'll go. This is Tom.
Right.
7, integrity is not seen as a factor of production. This leads people to make up false causes and unfounded rationalizations as the sources of failure, which in turn conceals the violations of the law of integrity as the source of the reduction of the opportunity for performance that results in failure.
Okay, any questions about that one?
Can you reread that?
Yeah, sure.
Integrity is not seen as a factor of production. This leads people to make up false causes and unfounded rationalizations as the source or sources of failure, which in turn conceals the violations of the law of integrity as the source of the reduction of the opportunity for performance
that results in failure.
Okay, so what questions do you have about that one?
I'm sitting here not wanting to deal with it at all.
Yeah.
You know, I was on a call with Jamie last week, and I said, listen, I'm gonna do a possibility game plan. I don't want to call it integrity report.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
that's it's so not what I want to do. I don't even want to acknowledge integrity. It's great.
Yeah,
It's the
it's gotta
second
be
sentence.
something other than integrity. Oh,
Yeah.
it's gotta be. It's gotta be something other than, I'm just not being a big enough possibility. If I was a big enough possibility, it would all turn out. Oh my God, I'm having the wrong thoughts. If I was just more positive, it would turn out. I gotta be more positive. Oh, I know, I'm not motivated. I've just gotta be more motivated. If I was more motivated, it would all turn out. Oh, upbeat. Upbeat. The Starbucks people that are upbeat in the morning. I know it's all gonna turn out if I'm more upbeat. It's gotta be, life's about being upbeat. If I was just more upbeat, oh, I gotta be Ricky Suave. If I was just more suave, if I had the look, if I just had the look, then it would all turn out, because it's about having the look.
Rat race.
No, it's bullshit. Not a rat race. It is bullshit. And that's a technical word. Oh, I went to this course and they told me how you be successful is you have the look. Get the look. If you get the look, you'll be successful. The look is not a factor of production. There was nothing about Steve Jobs' look. Steve Jobs wore black t-shirts and blue jeans. He was bald.
Doesn't look good that I have my hand on my face.
Yeah, but this is where your foot is nailed to the floor. And if you look at all the ground you've taken in the last year, and you've taken a lot of ground, it's because every once in a while you decide to pull the nail out of your foot and not surrender to it really is integrity.
Say that again, please.
Yes, if you look at all the ground you've taken in this program in the last year, which you've taken a lot of ground. Every time you've taken ground, it's been a product of one thing and one thing only. You decided to pull the nail out of your foot, that it's not integrity.
The nail that it's not integrity.
Yeah, the source of the unworkability in your life is not integrity. And every time you pull that nail out of your foot, all right, I get it, it's integrity. Every time you pull that nail out of your foot, your life goes up like this. But you're a human being. And part of being a human being is to argue. No, my productivity, it's really not a function of integrity. Okay, so we're going to pause. I want you to grab a pen and a piece of paper, and I want you to, look, where have you been bullshitting yourself? Where have you turned integrity into a virtue phenomenon? Where have you been It doesn't matter. Where have you, maybe you even completed it, you just haven't restored it. So I'm gonna give you some time to make a list, okay?
Can anyone recreate the question once more?
So it's like, you know, one I wrote down is, where have I turned integrity into a virtue phenomenon?
Mhm.
That's the one I'm looking at.
Where have you been bullshitting yourself?
Bullshitting. Yeah. Where have you been bullshitting yourself about your lack of integrity?
Any lack of integrity, not just
Mhm.
the one Jamie's looking at.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
One. I have to write really small.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so we're gonna pause. We'll give you more time to work on this as we go along. Okay, who wants to create the next veil?
I will.
Great, please.
Is it 8 or 9?
8.
Okay. Not doing a cost benefit analysis on giving one's word. When giving their word, most people do not consider fully what it will take to keep that word. That is, people do not do a cost benefit analysis on giving their word. In effect, when giving their word, most people are merely sincere, well-meaning, or placating someone, and don't even think about what it will take to keep their word. Simply put, this failure to do a cost benefit analysis on giving one's word is irresponsible. Irresponsible giving of one's word is a major source of the mess left in the lives of people and organizations. People generally do not see the giving of their word as I am going to make this happen. But if you are not doing this, you will be out of integrity. Generally, people give their word intending to keep it. That is, they are merely sincere. If anything makes it difficult to deliver, then they provide reasons instead of results.
What do you think about that one?
Guilty as charged.
Easy to provide reasons instead of results when integrity is a virtue.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a perfect world to provide reasons. I mean, we're living through a pandemic.
Don't you know I'm in a pandemic? Don't you know?
Right. It's just like so easy to say, rather than to have integrity. And it's amazing.
Yeah, and the big thing is like doing the cost benefit. No, is this my word, or am I being sincere about it? You don't need to know how it's going to turn out, but I am giving my word, and I'm clear in giving my word. There's going to have to be things I need to deal with, but I'm going to deal with them because I'm going to deliver.
One of the things I also just saw, sorry,
Yeah.
Sherry, is when someone is giving me their word to complete on something and I have a sense they didn't even check. There's no time that they could have checked. I step over that because I'm going to catch them versus I have no integrity in even allowing that agreement to get made because I know they're not going to fulfill on it. They haven't even checked that they can. So I just saw that for myself. What's really there in the background is I'll catch them.
Yeah, good.
Nasty.
Yeah, you get it.
I'm very frivolous with my word. I agree to everything. So yeah. And I'm very present to that and working on it.
Yeah, look, somebody do you want to blah 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 blah? I don't say no, and if it's not in my calendar, I am not doing it. Not doing it.
No.
All right. Okay. Who's doing this one? 9.
I'll do that one.
Great.
9, doing a cost-benefit analysis on honoring one's word. People almost universally apply cost-benefit analysis to honoring their word. Treating integrity as a matter of cost-benefit analysis guarantees you will not be a trustworthy person, or with a small exception, a person of integrity. If I apply cost-benefit analysis to honoring my word, I am either out of integrity to start with, because I have not stated the cost-benefit contingency that is, in fact, part of my word, I lied, or to have integrity when I give my word, I must say something like the following. I will honor my word when it comes times for me to honor my word if the costs of doing so are less than the benefits. Such a statement, while leaving me with integrity, will not engender trust. In fact, it says that my word is meaningless.
Okay, so create that statement again.
The last one, last sentence.
No, the first, I will honor my word.
I will honor my word when it comes times for me to honor my word, if the cost of doing so are less than the benefits. I will only honor my word when it comes times for me to honor my word, if the cost of doing so are less than the benefits.
Mm. Oh, God.
So what do you see about that one?
Well, that one hit home. If there's an upside, I'll do it. If there's not, I won't.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's your relationship to your word. If there's an upside, I'll do it. If not, I won't.
It's not
That's
my
that
word, it's the
whole I
results.
can get, that's the whole I can get away with it.
Right.
I've shared with you about the traffic accidents in front of the center, right?
Mm.
I don't remember.
No. Every week, there is a horrific accident in front of the center. Because the light to cross Federal is one of the longest lights on the planet. And we have a word, remember word 6 is following the statutes of governments, societies, and institutions. So that's word 6, right? So if the light is red, what's your word? Yeah, you stop and you wait till it turns green. And people stop and they get the lights forever. So they get fed up with waiting and they run the light. And every time they run the light, there's a huge accident. See, the agreement to wait for the light to change. I look, I don't see anybody coming. Why am I going to waste my time? See, wasting my time is not worth keeping my agreement. So I'm going to go for it. And then like that. Okay, I can have the cheesecake now. I know I said I wasn't going to have cheesecake this week, but here's cheesecake. Am I really going to pass up on the cheesecake? I mean, isn't that a waste? Didn't my mom tell me there are starving children in India? Am I really going to pass up on the cheesecake? I mean, that seems like to be a really bad idea. I mean, if the starving children in India aren't going to get it, I should really eat this cheesecake. See, if I keep my word, that's going to cost me this cheesecake. If I keep my word, it's going to cost me this time. If I keep my word, it's going to cost me relief. Anything you
And
want to share
mine
about
is
that?
money.
What?
Mine's money.
Yeah, it's going to cost me money.
Yeah, like I didn't
mean,
buy the shoes because it's going to cost me money.
Yeah, isn't time money?
Philip, I have something that's in my space and I
Yeah.
like your help with it. So
Yeah.
this is a live example. I'm working with the buyer. We're looking at condos that have criterias of A, B, and C. And my word
Yep.
is to help this person find their home.
Yep.
Less than 24 hours later, their criteria changes to D, E, and F.
Yep.
24 hours after that, it's Z, W, Y.
Yep.
The day after that, and the criteria just continues to change and change. And I have it like our agreement is, okay, we're looking at A, B, and C.
Yep.
But that agreement continues to change.
Uh-huh.
So I'm frustrated with the situation. I'm ready to just fire this person because they don't even know what they want.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's me not keeping my word to helping this person, or if it's the agreement that continues to be broken or changed, if that's even an agreement to begin with.
All right. Okay. Well, you know the answer. What's the answer?
What I'm committed to with
Yeah.
just helping her.
Yeah. And so then what would you say?
I'd be straight, like, what is it that we're looking for? And let's have that clear and let's focus on that.
Yeah.
And if I thought we had this clear, and apparently it keeps on changing. So
yeah, so we need to sit down and get clear.
Okay.
And then if it changes again, then you need to sit. No, hold on. All of a sudden things got unclear. No, we need to be clear.
So is it sitting down again to get clear, or is it coming back to the original clarification?
I don't know. You're not a victim of life.
Okay.
You got that?
I got that.
Yeah, but see, you're gonna sell out on it. Well, okay, but I really need the sale. I'm gonna let somebody chase me. I'm gonna be a dog chasing my tail around because I really need the sale. And if I keep chasing my tail, if I do you think I would work that way?
No.
No. And do you think I would make it obvious that I don't work that way?
I think you would.
Yeah, and would I be great about it?
Yes, you would.
And would I make the person wrong about it?
No.
And would it be okay if I risked the sale?
Yes.
How come?
Because I and you have other things to do.
No. It's because who I am is my word and what I stand for. I'm not one way with you and another person, not another way for somebody else. And in my practice, I had extraordinary wealthy clients. And I was the way I was with them, like I was everybody else. And they tried shenanigans. And they said, look, it's okay if you want to do that. I can't be your doctor. And I'll blah, but then they go, but I'll blah, 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 blah. I say, I get it. I don't operate that way. It's not a problem. I just can't be your doctor. You see me, this is the way I do things. And I had some very rich clients who went and saw other people. But it's okay because I replaced them. Paying now, reward later. Do you get that?
Yeah, it's clear. It's clear,
Yeah.
and that's how I tend to operate. This
It is,
specific
isn't it?
buyer is
Yeah.
a friend, and I've
Yeah.
been like not wanting to tarnish the friendship, but
Yeah.
I'm operating outside of how I do business. to
Yeah,
keep
and
the
it's
friendship.
not working.
No, it's not, and it's
Yeah, and
continuing
it
to
lacks
overturn
integrity.
Yes, correct.
Yep. Good. All right, is that complete?
Complete.
Great.
Yeah.
Just want to thank you for that. That totally struck home with me. I
Good.
needed to hear that. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. I appreciate you having this be real in your life. Okay, Pam, this one's for you.
Number 10. Integrity is a mountain with no top. People systematically believe that they are in integrity, or if by chance they are at the moment aware of being out of integrity, they believe that they will soon get back into integrity. In fact, integrity is a mountain with no top. However, the combination of 1, generally not seeing our own out of integrity behavior, 2, believing that we are persons of integrity, and 3, even when we get a glimpse of our own out of integrity behavior, assuaging ourselves with the notion that we will soon restore ourselves to being a person of integrity, keeps us from seeing that, in fact, integrity is a mountain with no top. To be a person of integrity requires that we recognize this and learn to enjoy climbing.
Okay, so what about that one?
I'll share. I'm just noticing, or for myself, where how I've been operating still has me getting somewhere. Like I need to get somewhere. And the impact that has on my family. So that's, I'm not relating to the things that I said I would do powerfully.
Good.
And then it becomes
So
a
in
lot
this
of work.
conversation, where are you getting to?
Right. In this conversation, I have said several times to the place where I teach yoga, I would get them some information, and that I haven't done it.
Good.
And so it keeps getting added to a list of things I need to do, not unlike what Pedro was speaking to earlier. And then Monica, I heard her share, is it's always in my space. So I have a delusion that if I get that done, then I'll have somehow gotten like the list of things I've said I would do. Like I'll be good. Like, oh, look, I did something. So
clear.
It's just
Yeah,
weird.
Well, consider you're trying to get to being a person of integrity.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that again. You're trying to get to being a person of integrity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm offering you a new possibility. You wake up in the morning, and who wakes up is a person with no integrity. Because if you have integrity, then the day is about defending it, justifying it, proving it,
Grasping.
holding on, grasping. No, this is, and you would never wake up in the morning and go, I'm not brushing my teeth today. I did that yesterday. Because brushing your teeth is a mountain with no top.
Mhm.
But you weren't
Like our
born
emails.
but you weren't born that way.
Mhm.
My friends have their little daughter but she throws down. It was, it like altered my life. It's like, wow, we really weren't born toothbrushers. She was like screaming, I did that this morning. Why are you so mean? I don't want to do it again. I did it this morning. No. Because brushing teeth for her is a mountain with a top. And for us, yeah, it's just what you do. Morning, brush your teeth. I mean, I brush my teeth sometimes during the middle of the day. I can't handle it. It's not complete. But you are, integrity's a mountain that has a top. And you're proud of it. And anything you're proud of, you have to defend.
Yeah, I really get that.
All right, anybody else? Okay, who's doing the next one?
Has everyone done it once?
Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Okay, Mitch.
Okay, 11, not having your word in existence when it comes time to keep your word. People say talk is cheap because most people do not honor their word when it comes time to keep their word. A major source of people not honoring their word is that when it comes time for them to do so, their word does not exist for them in a way that gives them a reliable opportunity to honor their word. Most people have never given any thought to keeping their word in existence, so that when it comes time for them to keep their word, there is a reliable opportunity for them to honor their word. This is a major source of out of integrity behavior for individuals, groups, and organizations. In order to honor your word, you will need to have an extraordinarily powerful answer to the question, where is my word when it comes time for me to keep my word? If you don't have a way for your word to be powerfully present for you in the moment or the moments that it is time for you to take action to honor your word, then you can forget about being a person of integrity, much less a leader.
Okay, so as yeah, but how about or what if about that one?
I don't have a yeah, but what I've noticed in part of this conversation before I generated that is I double book myself all the time because while I'm consider myself very diligent with my calendar, I'm not. So I'll say yes to something without taking the action of looking. And all of a sudden I got to climb out of a hole I've dug myself into. And that's happened numerous times in the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And it's just that one piece. If I looked, then I could say yes or no.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
It is. And you'll find it. You'll find it in one of the other veils. I don't see checking my calendar as the source of performance.
Makes sense.
Or I see checking my calendar as a virtue. It's like new sinks in the men's room. It's like a virtue. It's not the source of workability.
It's not.
All right. Well, what do you want to share? What opened up for you? What do you see as possible? What are you going to stand for? What are you going to promise?
Okay, so what am I going to stand for? That just showed up for me. Like, what am I going to stand for is that who I am is my word. That's just what I'm going to stand for. Now, there's things I need to do. There's ways of being that have not been present for me. And really shifting the context for me of how this all occurs. And when I say all of this, it's like my list of where I've been bullshitting myself. Like how it occurs, my relationship to my brother who's not talking to me, only texting me. Like it occurs like, well, you know, that's just the way it is. It's been this way before. It's going to be, it'll get cleaned up sometime. Yet he's the caretaker of my mother right now. So really, it's just my stand is that who I am is my word. Yeah.
Great.
And it's not significant. It's just what's so.
It is what's so.
Yeah. Thanks, Philip.
Great. Who else?
Yep.
Philip, it's Pedro.
Yeah.
So the new world for me and what I'm standing for is honoring what I said what I say I will do, standing in living a life of power and integrity, like the experience of I said I would do something today and I'm just going to do it. No reason, no excuses.
Yeah.
And then no bailout, because again, the bailout is what I'm not committed to.
Yeah. Good. Awesome. Great. Who else? Yeah, Sherry, then Jamie.
If it's not in existence, it doesn't exist. It's not in my calendar. It doesn't exist. I'm walking away with that and really putting that in practice, checking.
Let me add a tagline. Okay.
Okay.
And everything else is a social conversation. Yeah, we should get lunch sometime.
Yeah. Right.
Let's connect, or we'll talk later. I really fight with myself to not say I'll talk to you later, because it's bullshit.
It is, right?
I just don't say that, because if it's not in my calendar, I ain't doing it. There is no later.
It's like blowing in the wind.
Yeah, it's just,
yeah,
it's a nicety.
Yeah, I got a lot of that. So I got that. And I also got no top. So I have all this beginning of those paragraphs like, oh my God, look at all this access to out of integrity that I have in my life. Wow, look at that. I don't even see it. Oh my gosh, woohoo. And then I get to the, wow, it's no top. You know, this is just how it is. This is the world. And it's awesome.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I mean, I got really, remember I said I was doing this for me, and you know, you get whatever you want. I'm really creating for myself. I have no integrity.
Yeah, I love that.
I just have no integrity. I'm creating. I'm starting my day off. I have no integrity. Distinct from I have integrity, and now I'm going to defend it. And be justified. Great. Good for you. All right, Jamie.
Well, I'm present too. I have no integrity. I never had integrity. I never will have integrity. I don't have integrity right now.
Yeah.
And what really I got, especially from that last piece, number 11, was if I don't have something in existence, I have no commitment to honoring that, my word in that. That's just a nice virtue that I've promised because I should, or it's a good thing. If I don't have it in existence, I just realized I have no intention of honoring my word there.
Good. I get it. Awesome. Yeah, Tom. Then Fritz.
I just got present to how I use other distinctions in the program as a veil to be out of integrity.
Yeah.
So in the master class on Thursday, like we have this discussion going on in the master class about like choosing, right? And so I told my small group, well, there isn't anything that I do in the day that I don't want to because I choose my whole life. And they're like, what? Like, you don't do anything you don't want to do? I'm like, no, because I chose it. So I do it because I choose it. And it's like such a lie because like before you had us write down the bullshit to, whatever, I was already writing down where I'm out of integrity and things started coming up and everything. And like, there's a lot of things that I'm just out of integrity in that I should be doing and I don't. But then I can say, oh, well, I'm choosing my life the way it is and the way it isn't. So I didn't do it. So it's no big deal. So I'm like using the distinction choice as a veil to cover up that I'm out of integrity in other areas of my life.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. I get it.
And I thought it was so cool when I shared that with my group. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm such a moron.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's bastardizing the distinction.
Yeah.
No, I gave my word and now I'm choosing it.
Yeah. And I was ignoring parts of what I gave my word to.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or you're being one of those people. Well, I know I promised that, but I'm choosing not to.
Exactly.
It's my choice.
That's great. Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. That is what you have led me to, Philip.
Yes.
Just kidding.
Love those people.
Just kidding. Yeah.
It's beautiful. Good. All right, Fitzgerald.
The cost benefits analysis of giving my word. I'm like Sherry, I say yes to everything. Are you gonna do this? Yes. Are you gonna do that? Yes. Without even stopping, and also there's a lot of looking good in it that
Yeah, and there's a lot of power in being a yes. I am a yes. But I am clear, that means I'm giving my word to it. I am clear, I am working it out. I am clear there is something for me to confront.
most of the time I'm clear I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
that's
still
where
do
it all
just for
turns
the
into
joke.
bullshit.
Yeah.
And the smaller the foundation of integrity you have in life, the less free you are to be a yes. They arise together.
The smaller the foundation of integrity, the smaller the chance to be the possibility to be a yes.
Yeah, you end up being a no.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a big no. It's a big no to money. It's a big no to love. It's a big no to relationships. It's a big no to vitality. It's a big no to intimacy, connectedness.
All the things I say I want.
Yeah, all the things you say you want, because I refuse to see integrity as the source of performance.
I refuse to see integrity as the access to that.
Yeah. It's being charismatic. Good. All right. Thank you. All right. Who else? Yeah, Des?
Sorry, I was writing that down. I actually was still pretty caught at the very start of this whole classroom.
Yeah.
And I'm leaving with, I'm finally excited to start assisting again.
Right.
It was for me, like, I had to do it because I know it'd be good and everybody says it's good and I should do it so that I could get off this whatever thing that's happening. And and it was like a thing to do and things to click and things to learn. And I don't really want to do the Zoom thing. And I'm now looking forward to an opportunity to be of service again, which is
beautiful. Awesome. Good for you. I get that.
Yeah.
Excellent. Cool. All right. Who else?
I'm really present to.
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
Josh, then Pam.
I'm present to how I tolerate a lot of bullshit to accommodate people.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying no.
Yeah.
And it clutters my life. It clutters my space because I just try to accommodate everyone. It doesn't work for me.
And it doesn't work for them. And there's the nastiness about that. What's the nasty part of that?
The nastiness is being liked, being accepted. It's stepping over myself, my value, my respect, my self-love, self-worth.
Yeah. Okay, so all that's there. Try on the nastiness of it as you make people into small people.
Yeah, like they can't take a no. Yeah.
Or they can't operate with integrity.
Yes.
Or they don't want that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying no to them. I'm saying I'm not going to operate that way.
Mm-hmm.
See, were you on the all Floridian call?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I said. Look, I'm not kidding when I don't mean to downplay anything. I'm not saying it doesn't take something. I'm not saying there's not challenges that go along with it. But I know if I stop being a center manager and I stop being a forum leader, I could walk into any real estate company in the world, and in a month I'd be their #1 agent. It's not because I know anything about real estate. It's because I would take the effective actions that a graduate would take. Oh, I would return on my voicemails. How come? Well, real estate has something to do with being in communication. Oh, I would respond to everybody on time. How come? Because real estate has something to do with relationships. Oh, if I booked a meeting, I would show up on time. Oh, I would give up being right even when I know I am. Oh, I would find who the top 2 brokers in the firm were, and I invite them to be my guests, and I would register them in the forum. See, that's all the world of integrity, because integrity allows for a 500% increase in performance. No, I had, when Rory and I were first looking for a house, there were certain parameters and certain things we wanted, and we got referred to this real estate agent, and she was 15 minutes late. And I was like, do you want to say something? Do you want to, I'm like, I was just kind of like, huh? And she's like, well, I was really busy and I had a bad morning, but let's go in. And, the whole day we were talking about integrity and she just didn't get it. And I could tell the reason why is because of the particular price range we said we wanted. And then 2 weeks later, I said, this isn't this, I'm sorry, I just can't do business this way. It's a great person. We're not a fit. And then I had this huge breakthrough in finances. And we ended up spending $200,000 more on the house than we started looking at. And that person lost out on that sale. How come? Because they didn't start off with, wow, I said I was going to be here at 9, it's 9:15. Thanks for waiting for me. So you got that. All right, awesome. Anything else, Josh?
No, thank you.
All right, great. Pam, anything for you?
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of things, and a lot of overlapping too. So that was very powerful. And like Tim had an experience of there being some lightness. Lightness has been restored, and and I know there's an impact everywhere. So the phone will ring, right? I'll be able to interact with people freely, and the context, that was the best. That's in the beginning, the context of me when I call listing agents, because I represent a lot of buyers right now. I want them left with a great customer experience, so that if so when I call back, they're sure that I'm interested in them, right? Like are working together, and that's just been kind of heavy and a lot of work because of the sincerity I've been coming from with that, and then that just got displaced with possibility. And
right.
It was when you said individual lives. So that was awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's acknowledge everybody. Yay.
Yay.
So one thing you could use your WhatsApp for between now and the next time that we're together is what are the items that aren't whole and complete that you're going to be completing today? Play a game called Make a Promise, Keep a Promise. It's powerful. Look, I don't know about you, but at least for me, when my promise is between my ears, not very powerful. When it's out here with people, it has power. All right, Tim, we got 7 minutes. Anything else?
Thank you. This has been really great. And there is some, I'm going to call it center business I wanted to take care of. So I'm going to share a document that I shared with everybody for you to have access to. It's a Google spreadsheet, and it's what's coming up, what's so currently about I'm going to call it the Creating the Course Supervisor program. And some of you, if you were on Monday night's call, you will have seen this. It's the new chart of our organization. And I also just pointed out some things about delivering the online programs, Landmark Forum and Advanced Course, of what the new structure is as far as course supervisors participating. So some of you may not have been on the call Monday or have watched the recording, but this is a breakdown of what I captured from that. There will be 3 accountable course supervisors on every Landmark Forum, and there'll be 1 accountable course supervisor on every advanced course. Now, here's why I point this out. Currently, if we look at the numbers in our program and the number of programs to deliver advanced course and forum between now and end of June, we are short 100 course supervisors in our program. So it's imperative that we all get trained and we all take on putting ourselves on courses. And the new agreement is that we have agreed to and put ourselves on 4 courses between now and the end of the year. And those are advanced course or Landmark Forums, not communication courses. You're welcome to put yourself on communication courses, but it will not count towards your agreement. And also, new in the world of course supervisors in the online program delivery is there are no more levels 1, 2, 3, and 4 course supervisors. We're modeling the Landmark Forum model of there are candidated course supervisors and there are designated course supervisors. So when we're on courses online, you'll be distinguished as either candidated or designated, and we don't know yet who is who, but that's coming also, only in the online. If by chance you are delivering a course in person, you would still be whatever level you're currently designated as, but that's not the case for us here in Florida. So I just wanted you guys to go over this, have any questions you have for Wednesday's Florida program meeting, because I want to go over this in depth with you all, but I've shared it with you. You should all have an email with the link to this. As well, Philip, I don't know if you saw my emails about sharing what's next for me in this meeting.
I briefly saw them. I haven't read all the way through them. Do you want to create that?
Yeah. So I have an opportunity and I've accepted the opportunity to be the regional coordinator, replacing Emery Jennings in our program as the regional partner for right now. The way it's been set up is I'll be the regional partner for Florida, Atlanta, and Washington, D.C. centers. And so Philip and I will be looking at who is going to move into the local coordinator position here in Florida and get that person trained and developed, which will then cause other positions here in our program to be available. So we're going to have that conversation on Wednesday about what that might look like.
It's time to expand. There are people who want to have that be an opportunity to impact millions of individual people's lives. And in April, we should definitely get some orientation scheduled for the course supervisor program. So between now and July, we want to double the number of people. This is the year our work is going viral in the world. Our work's going viral, and it's time, a critical access to that is the people who are making that difference in our programs. So that's y'all.
Yep.
All right, cool. Anything else, Timmy?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to send Tim the video if you want to, he'll send you the link if you want to, listen to 30 minutes of it, or if there's a particular veil that was super empowering to you, you can go back and study it. Or if you want to, if you're a mentor, you want to get your mentees on the call. And all right, for the next 3 months, each week, we're going to take a different veil, because there's no mountain there's nowhere to get to with this. This is a matter of what do you want to practice, okay? So it was awesome being with you. And our next time we're together is June something. Tim, do you know the date off the top of your head?
I don't, but I can find it. Really?
Oh, I do. It's June 19th.
June. Yep. June 19th.
So be there. Well, and then April 19th. So apparently we're clearing for the 19th.
1919.
Yeah, 1919. So April 19th is the next Floridian call. So looking forward to being with everybody on that call. And, so gosh darn exciting what we're causing. So thank you for your partnership and really being the people who are developing themselves to make that kind of a difference. All right, talk to you soon.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Congratulations,
Bye, Tim.
Tim.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Congrats, Tim.
Got it. Thank you. Pam, do you want to say something real quick? This is his
I
meeting,
did.
so I don't know. Yeah.
No, just real quick. Can I get a PDF copy of the integrity form that we were reading?
I don't have access to that. I don't know what that
Okay.
is. I've got to get clear from him that we can even
Okay.
share it. I know it's in our video
No,
that he's gonna.
I need it for myself.
Yeah, I want it too, but I'm going to capture what I can from the video recording, because I don't know what that document is. I know I'd like to have it too.
It was
I'll ask
something
him.
from a Harvard journal. That
Yeah,
was on the
Chris-
bottom.
I saw that. It could be online. Chris
Mhm.
Argus. I'll search for it.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.